Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading for middle of February 2023. We're basically going to do a past, present, future. And in your past position, you have this moon card that says cycles and change. And you also have the scarab card that says nourishment, transition on it. I kind of feel like you've been maybe feeling a little bit less energetic lately in the recent past. And maybe even right now, as you're watching this video. And look at this. Here you go. You have this fulfillment card. I feel like the universe has been, maybe you feel like you haven't been getting a lot accomplished or you haven't been doing the things that you need to do. But I feel like the universe, number one, is preparing you for something. I'm not even sure what yet. But I also feel that, well, this right here says you're stepping into a brand new chapter. So there you go. But I also feel that, there's about to be like a flurry of activity in your life where you're going to be very busy. And I mostly feel this over the springtime. So, I know that we're pretty close. I don't actually know when spring technically starts, May or something like that. But, as we get into March, April, May, I feel like it's like things are getting very, very busy in your life. And that could be why the universe is trying to get you to focus on your own nourishment with these cards and taking care of yourself. I also feel it's just a cycle. You might be saying, oh my God, am I going to be tired forever? Am I not going to be able to get going on a new project? Or am I going to be, stuck being single forever? I feel like you're just in kind of like a season. And I feel like you've been in a season, and that's really what this is saying to me, is that you're entering into a new season or a new chapter of your life. And I feel that things are going to start getting more busy. You have the Five of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands here. Very strange. I feel like this is a person that is entering into your life. Could be an earth sign person. Look, he's wearing green, she's wearing green and red. He's also wearing red. It's like they're almost dressed identical. It doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to here. I feel like it could just be a Capricorn person who you're attracting into your life. I feel like this person, I feel like they're like a little wounded, with the Five of Pentacles. So some of you could be attracting a person like this. Could be a water sign or an Aries. You basically have water in Aries and Capricorn. So it could be one of those signs. But this person, I feel like they could be, a little bit standoffish because I really feel that you're attracting a person who gives a lot in relationships. But I feel like this reading is saying, hey, this is going to be a good person to take a risk on because they actually put a lot into relationships. But I feel like they're kind of healing from something at the moment. I don't know, weird. For others, I feel like you are healing from something here. And it was probably a breadcrumbing situation with the Six of Pentacles. So I feel for some of you, you were in a situation where someone gave to other people but just couldn't give to you. I don't know. I feel like this person's in a vicious cycle. If you are dealing with a person like that, this is what they do to everybody. So, if you are wondering about a past person, I feel they do the same thing to every single person that they're with. And I don't know, it's kind of sad. So I feel like you're walking away from that. For others, I feel like you're much more focused on things that bring you fulfillment. Again, it makes perfect sense to me. We have not only Uranus in Taurus, but we also have Jupiter going into Taurus as well. And, that will be this year. It's going to retrograde out of Taurus before it officially moves into Taurus next year. But, so it's only going to be in there for a few months this year, a little bit more than a few months. But, what I would say is that Taurus has a lot to do with values. So it doesn't even matter what house that it is for you. It doesn't matter what house it falls in for you, Cancer. I feel like that Jupiter in Taurus is going to make you very focused on only investing in things that invest in you, and that basically provide fulfillment. So probably a major focus. You have the Three of Wands here. What are you waiting for, Cancer? I feel like there's someone who's almost waiting for you. It's so weird. Look, green and red. I don't know why I'm so focused on this, and you're reading green and red, green and red, all of it, right? It could be this person. It's almost like they're waiting. It could be a Pisces, but doesn't have to be. But they don't even know who you are. I feel like this is a stranger. Maybe you haven't met them yet. Or, again, for a small percentage of you, you might know who this person is. If you're the secret admirer here, Cancer, then I would say then you do know who it is. But it's almost like someone has been waiting for you. And I feel like you'll have that feeling. Like, where have you been all my life? Both of you will feel that way. If you're looking for love. With the Five of Swords, you have the Hermit. Yeah, you cannot make this stuff up. Like I said, this person's in hermit mode. This person has been through something. I feel like it's almost like they went through a dark night of a relationship. Not a dark night of the soul, but, maybe that was part of it. But I feel like it was like a dark night relationship or something that this person is coming out of. And so you're attracting a person like this. For others of you, I feel like it's just saying it's time for you to exercise your knowledge on the world. You have the King of Swords here. Hermit, he has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. So there's something you've learned that I feel like you need to express. With the Six of Pentacles, King of Swords, I feel like you're attracting someone very mature, very hardworking if you're looking for love. With the King of Swords twice here, could be someone who's older than you. But as I always say, it's not always true. King of Swords people can just have a lot of knowledge and wisdom. They can just be very knowledgeable or very mature. I also feel that for some of you that this could say that you need to start putting energy into your knowledge and wisdom. Again, knowledge is one thing. Knowledge is basically the execution, or wisdom, I should say, is basically putting knowledge into practice, right? And I feel like we all need to do that. We need to gain our own experiences with the things that we've learned because, again, with Pluto going into Aquarius, I just think that we all need to have more experiences. With the Three of Wands, you have the Magician. Yeah, you're attracting something into your life here. So, I feel you could be attracting a person. If you're attracting a person, I feel like they are a magician. One thing that might stand out to you is this person says something and it manifests into their life very, very quickly. But I also feel that the Magician represents reinvention and, you have this new chapter card. So clearly you could be attracting a new chapter in your life. Next, in your present position, you have this fulfillment card, so there is clearly fulfillment coming in for you. The fruit is still on the tree. That's what I'm very focused on here. So, I feel like your fulfillment, it's almost like it needs to be harvested. It's almost as if you have to put a little bit more work in to have this fulfillment. And again, it could be in love for a lot of you. But I feel like if you put the work in, then you're going to get the fulfillment. This could be through communicating with a person, telling them that you're interested in them. Could be just through going on a date with a person in the first place. If they ask you out, if this is love. For business, I feel it has more to do with your focus. Queen of Pentacles. You can see here that the Queen of Pentacles, she's very focused on the pentacle. She's not focused on this rabbit here. The rabbit can represent fertility and abundance, but it also represents fears and anxiety. But she's choosing to focus on the pentacle. She's not focusing on the fears, all the reasons not to do something. Again, Three of Wands. What are you waiting for? You are a magic at this time, magician. So I feel this is saying, use your resources to manifest a change in your life or some sort of turnaround. I feel for a lot of you, this could be something that you want to work towards or work on. You have the King of Swords again. We already kind of talked about this, but I feel this could be just learning or things that you have learned. And then you have the Death card, definitely a new chapter in your life. There's clearly a brand new chapter coming in for you. I feel that for some of you, I feel it would be a good time to kind of leave all your preconceived notions at the door, as they say. It's like I feel like maybe you have some ideas about the future, but I feel like you're going to be blown away by the future, right? And if you set forth with all these expectations of what's going to happen on the other side of a relationship or the other side of a new business, then it's not like you're going to be disappointed because I think you're going to be blown away in the future, but I think it's like you're going to almost be stopping the expansion. It's like sometimes I think we say to ourselves, I don't know, I've known people in business where they're like, I'll be happy when I make $1 million. I'm like, well, first off, you need to be happy right now. There is no you now versus you with $1 million. It's not going to make you happy. Trust me. But what I would say here is it's like, why limit yourself to $1 million? If you can make $1 million and you can probably make 10 million, you can probably make 100 million. It's just 100 times more, right? And plenty of people have done it. And people always say it's not about money. And I always say, well, donation link in the description, but if you don't want the $100 million, but also what I would say is you can do great things with money. To me, when people say it's not about the money, it's an excuse for them to not make money. It's like, because guess what? If it's not about money, then great. You can do great things with money. You can donate it. You can help people. There's so many things you can do. So if you have the skills, I would do it. And that's what I would say here. But again, what I was saying there is you might have these ideas of the future that are smaller than what the future actually wants you to be. I hope that makes sense. With the Queen of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Cups, you showing up here in a very strong position. I'm telling you right now, I feel like there's someone very nurturing, very caring coming in for you. This person, I feel like they've been hurt, so they might be a little bit slow, but I don't think they're not standoffish. I don't see them being like the Queen of Swords, sword up, hand out. Which isn't even actually that bad. I feel like this person's like, okay, I'll give this a shot. And they put in the work. With the King of Swords, you have the Five of Swords again. So again, someone here has been through something. It could be also you, but look, Three of Pentacles, willing to work on a team. So even if it's you or someone else, I feel like you're willing or you or them or both of you, both of you, hopefully, right? Both of you are hopefully willing to work on a team. If I was being super, super picky about like what I'm feeling here, Cancer, is that what I'm feeling is that I feel like this person, it's like, I feel like a little bit too much of a serious energy on the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles, this lady, she has on these polka dots on her cloak. And the polka dots kind of represent like needing to loosen up, needing to have more fun, to be more playful. And so maybe, I don't know, it's like, I don't think we can force people to be more playful or to loosen up, but if you can communicate with them and say, hey, like, why are you so stiff? That's what she said. Then, maybe they'll loosen up, right? With the Death card, Eight of Cups, you're clearly walking away from things that no longer serve you. Totally walking towards fulfillment, for sure. Next, you have this card that says you're stepping into a brand new chapter. Yes. You have this retail card that says start a retail business selling products or services. If you have an idea in mind, you have the green light to go for it. Yes, green light reading. I feel like this is saying it's time to go. Look, you have an idea. You have the Hangman, the Emperor, literally saying take action on the idea. Three of Pentacles, people will help you. So, and this is your future position, by the way, but the Hangman has put himself in Hangman mode to gain enlightenment. So it's like he's gained the answers he needs to be able to make progress. He's gained the answers he needs to move forward, but he just needs to get off the pole. He is on this pole. This pole represents the tree of knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom twice, King of Swords twice, the Hermit as well. But now he has it, so now he needs to take action. So whatever ideas you're having, I would take action. Even the Emperor, he's sitting here, he has armor on underneath his cloak, and it says that he's ready to go at a moment's notice. He's ready for action. He's ready to be successful. So I would get moving here, Cancer, with this energy. You also have the Three of Pentacles. Teamwork makes the dream work, as always. And so anything you're doing, I would work on a team. I would also say, this card says focus on quality, not quantity. So if you're working on any business projects or career projects, or could even be a personal project as well, I would really focus on quality. Makes sense with Uranus and Taurus. Again, Uranus and Taurus has a major focus on quality. It doesn't care about quantity, right? So if you're focusing on quantity, or if you're focusing on quality, then you're going to be very successful. And again, I'm not even saying that you can't focus on quantity either, but if quantity is sacrificing quality, that's where you're going to run into some problems. And I always tell people, we have Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto in Capricorn wants us to follow a plan right here. And you can see she's holding a plan. It's almost like a template. So, again, here's the thing. Is that if you're starting a business, maybe you want quantity because you want to have a lot of business, you want to be successful. What I would say is at this time, I would focus on coming up with a solid plan on how you are going to handle quantity, but also be able to have quality. If you have a plan, you follow the plan, and you can execute on that plan, then you'll be successful. I know that sounds obvious, but, just look at... look at all the businesses that exist nowadays where it's crap that they sell, like Wish.com, right? Have you ever seen that crap on Wish.com? It's all garbage, right? Do you think that's going to last during Pluto and Aquarius? No. I would say the F word, but I'm not allowed to anymore on YouTube. So mark my words. We're going to see crap like that being exposed for being crap, right? With the Hangman, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, I really get this feeling of you attracting a person who's who's kind of like bumming it right now. Not as in they are a bum. I feel like they are bummed out by love, so they might be a little bit jaded. Again, I'm not totally worried about this because I feel if you're attracting this person when you meet them, I feel like you are kind of like maybe the catalyst that leads to their change. And they're like, oh, I'll give this person a shot. Could be a water sign. Scorpio really stands out to me here as far as water is concerned. Aries for some reason, and Capricorn. With the Three of Pentacles, sorry, I just skipped ahead we're going to come back to the Emperor, but with the Three of Pentacles, you have the Chariot, victory, and your card. So clearly you're on a path towards a victory with the Chariot, which is you showing up here in a strong position. Definitely something new. Again, it's crazy to me that everybody's been getting the Chariot for the past few weeks. Chariot is about setting yourself apart. Pluto and Aquarius, setting yourself apart, making yourself different. With the Emperor, you have the Three of Wands. What are you waiting for? The Emperor doesn't wait, and I would say if you're interested in a person, I would go for it. If this is an idea, like a business, again, I would say that I wouldn't try to imagine the outcome. Like, don't limit yourself. I always tell people, like, when I write affirmations, there's a guy, I can't remember his name for the life of me. It's Jay something. I can't remember his last name. Maybe someone will know down below. It might be Jay Allen. It might be his last name. But I learned from him, basically, that you always, at the end of your affirmations, you always say, or better, right? Because then you're allowing the universe, if you're meant for $10 million instead of $1 million, you can write your affirmation for $1 million, but then you'll get your 10, right? So I always say, like, or better at the end of my affirmations. And, I kind of feel like that's what this is encouraging you to do. Like, kind of allow for more. For your outcome, you have this refuge card. And so I feel like you're feeling safe and protected. There's something, it's almost like there's a divinely guided situation coming in for you with this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is protected, the Knight of Pentacles here. It's in this garden, and there are some mountains in the background which represent an achievement, but the garden, a garden needs to be nurtured, taken care of, and, watered and fertilized and all that other stuff. So, there's something that's divinely guided. It's like a divinely guided opportunity, and it could be love for some of you. You have the Knight of Cups, which would be a knight in shining armor. But it could also be a dream. He is kind of usually looking into that cup, dreaming of his future life or dreaming of something new, but he needs to take action to make it happen. You do have the Three of Swords. I actually don't feel like this is anything bad. I would say if you're still holding on to the past, forgiving the past would be a good idea. You don't have to directly forgive the person, but it's more about removing those swords from your own heart. So again, we don't have to forgive the person. We can just forgive the situation and then kind of heal from it. And that's what I feel like is going on here. You have the Knight of Cups wanting to pop out here. I don't take pop outs. And the Strength card. I feel like you've been very patient for this person. I feel like you've, if this is a person coming in for you. But let's see. But it's time for you to take control. Again, you have the Strength card popping out there. Strength card is a card of soft control, but you have the Chariot. Chariot is hard control. Chariot is like grabbing the reins and making something happen, which I definitely feel that for you. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords. I really feel like you're attracting a person who's been hurt in the past, is what I'd say. I don't even think this is you. For some of you, obviously, you've been lied to, cheated, stolen from, and everything. But I feel like again, if you meet a person, and if you're noticing that they're a little bit kind of standoffish, I would communicate. Again, what I would say is, listen. Listen, Cancer, if you want a relationship just based off the astrology, then you need to communicate like you never have in the past. I think this is true for everyone. Just looking at the astrology, if we don't open our mouths, we're going to get in trouble, but with no one but ourselves, right? Because I think things are going to be very obvious, number one, where people will tell us exactly what they're going to do to us, which I think they always do. I look at all my relationships. I knew exactly what was going to happen in every single relationship I've been in, and even outside of love, right? People have told me exactly what's going to happen, like right away, right? We just choose not to listen. And as I always say, that shouldn't stop you from being in a relationship with a person, but it should make you just screw your head on straight and just pay attention, right? But again, I feel like this person, what I'm trying to say here is I feel like there needs to be communication, because we can fix things very quickly with the astrology if we communicate. So if this person's being standoffish, be like, why are you standoffish? They might say, oh, I found out my ex cheated on me with their cousin, my mom, and their uncle, or something like that. So, open your mouth. And then you could be like, oh, well, I won't do that. I'm not a piece of you-know-what. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like there's so much success for you. Nine of Pentacles, normally she has grapes behind her. And the grapes in the tarot represent something that requires skill to grow, like a lot of skill to grow. And I feel that there's an opportunity that only you can do. It's going to lead to a lot of fulfillment. It's like this new chapter in your life, but it's a whole entire story. It's it's not just one thing, a chapter, a book. Think about it. It's not just one thing. And so I feel there's a lot of good stuff, but it's only for you. With the Three of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, again, there's a little bit of this lingering energy of needing to let go of something. I'm not sure if it's you or them, but, definitely something I would work on. Other than that, I feel like this is a very good reading. I feel there's, fulfillment and success coming in here. We're going to pull 5 main themes now, Cancer. Just see what's coming up. You have this practicality card. I feel like, I feel like the obvious answer is the right answer in any question that you have. And I'm not even taking questions, but I'm just saying, if you're wondering, oh, is my business going to work? I would say, well, is it working? And if the answer is yes, then, it's almost like the obvious answer is the right answer. For your second thing, you have this concentration card. Yeah, I do feel we're in a time where we could be easily distracted by everything. anything. So I feel like we need to make sure that, like, when we're, I always tell people, it's like when I'm at work, I remove all distractions. I'm only focusing on this, right? And I have a million other things that I do during the day, but when I go do those things, I only focus on that thing. So I kind of feel like, kind of compartmentalizing what you're working on is going to be good. You have this fortune card, love it. So clearly there is fulfillment and fortune coming in for you with this energy. I feel a lot of happiness as well. You have this versatility card. Yeah, I mean, I would say between now and like April, I would be super flexible. I wouldn't stop after April, but what I would say is that the last set of eclipses we had, which we're going to have another set of eclipses starting in April. It's like when we're in between eclipses, we're working with that energy, and the energy we need to work with based off the last set of eclipses, I would argue, is flexibility. If one way to do something doesn't work, try something else, plain and simple. And finally, you have this appreciation card. Love it. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you. You can see there's a cornucopia right here, which represents abundance. So I feel there's a ton of abundance, ton of success for you here, Cancer. Again, I do feel like there could be a Scorpio coming in for you. That's why I said almost said Scorpio. Could also be a Leo, surprisingly. You have a bunch of Leo cards here. Whatever it is that's coming in for you, I see a lot of fulfillment. And again, I feel if you like this person and they're a little bit standoffish, that communication will be very helpful, but it looks really good. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.